G'day folks, on a day that's less than ideal, I'm going yabbying. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Right, now today I'm going yabbying in this dam and I'm using drop nets. Some of you might call them hoop nets, some of you might call them pots. They're nets that when lifted up, they sit up high, then when laying down they sit flat. The yabbies walk in, then you pull the sides up and they're trapped. I've got 5 of them and they're baited up with some Lake Nillicooty yellow belly. Nothing but the best. It's only one fish, but I've been able to stretch it out across 5 nets. I've got the head in one net, the shoulders in another net, the backbone's been broken in half and tied into 2 nets. Anyway, let's get the nets in. Net number 1. This one has got the gills and just a couple of flaps off the side around the rib cage. That can just go just out there. Net number 2, this has got half of the backbone in it from the head to about halfway along. That can go just out there. Net number 3 has got the other half of the backbone, the tail, and from halfway along, I guess. Net number 4 has got the shoulders at the top of the fillet, just behind the gills there. It's quite a bony bit. You can eat that bit if you eat around the bones. It's very nice. I can go just there. Net number 5, that's the head net. That's got the yellow belly head in it. I'll put the camera back on my own head, and that can go just out here. Don't need to go out too far. That's plenty far enough. Right, all 5 nets are in. Now all 5 nets are in, and down comes the rain. People have been asking me why I'm not making many yabby videos lately. The weather's been terrible. Not just because I've had to go out in the rain, I don't mind doing that. I don't like fresh water flowing through dams, which at the moment is nearly all of the dams. And some of the dams I can't even get to. Some of my regular yabbying spots I can't even get into because there's too much water around. There's one of them that's looking good. I drove past it the other day. I'm just not sure whether I'm prepared to lay on my stomach and crawl through water to get under the fence to get in there. So I'm just waiting for things to warm up and dry off a little bit. This time last year I was catching heaps of yabbies, and then we had heaps of rain. I think it was December. And as soon as that fresh water poured into the dams, the yabbying slowed down. And that water's been pouring in ever since. So this year I reckon I'm going to have some great yabbying, but I think I'm off to a slow start just because of the wet weather. But anyway, we're here today. We're going to give this dam a crack and see how we go. And after I've checked the nets 2 or 3 times, if there's no sign of any yabbies, well, I'll go and find a different dam and try there instead. Right, it's time for the first check. I don't know how long it's been. I didn't actually time them when I put them in, but must have been a good 20 minutes or so, which is more than long enough for these sort of nets. Right, net number 1 has... Uh-oh. Nothing. Net number 2 has... Nothing as well. Net number 3 has... Same. Nothing. Net number 4 has... Nothing. Net number 5, the head net, has... A yabby. 1 yabby. It's only very small. Well, I'm not going to keep it because it's not what I'm after. I'm after a feed and he's tiny. But that's a sign. That's 1 more than I caught last time in this dam. I was just thinking I might nearly pull these out now and go to another dam, but look, I might put them back in and just persevere for a bit. That's a sign. See you later, mate. Right, it's time to check them again. I've only got to catch 1 to beat my last check. Now, it's been a pretty casual sort of a day. I haven't been timing it. I reckon it's been about 25 minutes. Alright, net number 1 has... Nothing. Net number 2 has... Nothing. Net number 3 has... Nothing. Net number 4 has... Nothing. Will net number 5, the head net, save us again? No. Nothing. Right, it's time for the 3rd and final check. I'm taking them out because I've got to go home early. I've been called home early. And nothing. What about net number 2? And nothing. What about net number 3? Nothing. Still nothing. Net number 4. Nope. Now the last net, which is also the only net that's caught a yabby today, the head net, and nope, nothing. Wonder what happens if I throw it out and drag it in. Probably catch a snag and rip the net. That's probably what will happen. Well, folks, would you look at that? I just saw... I've had the nets in for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and only caught one. I wonder if maybe they're in there, but because of the fresh water that's running in, maybe they're just not biting. You wouldn't read about it. Try that again. See if I can get another one like that. Yep. Look. A big one. Right. So they're in there. The yabbies are there, but they're not on the bite. Tangled, mate. That's quite a big yabby, that one. There you go. How easy would it have been for me to say there's no yabbies in this dam? They're there, but they're not on the bite. Well, how's that, eh? You wouldn't read about it. I've been yabbying here with 5 nets baited up with yellow belly, and I caught one little yabby over about a 2-hour period. So then I decided to see if I could drag them, and I dragged a couple. I reckon if I could stay longer, I'd probably drag more. You wouldn't read about that. But on a serious note, I've got to go home. I haven't been told to go home, or asked to go home, but I got a phone call before that sort of turned my day upside down. We've got a family member that's just been diagnosed with bowel cancer just today, and it's just devastating, and I just want to go home and give my kids a hug. We all get bad news from time to time, and it came today for me. To the young fella in the family who's a lot younger than me and way too young to be sick, I wish you all the best, mate. I'm not going to name you, but hopefully you can make a speedy recovery. Folks, you wouldn't read about it. I caught 3, and the 2 biggest ones were caught dragging a drop net. Thank you very much for watching.